Hi everyone, my name is Shalom Habu. You're welcome to Qlick Sports, and without any further ado, let us jump into our stories for the week.
You are watching Qlick Sports. Click to explore the games.
In the EPL, we saw a great weekend of football as usual, as the first game of the weekend was Manchester Derby, and boy, did it live up to expectations. Yes, it did. Personally, for me, it did. Manchester United defeated Man City by 2-1. You understand? We saw City take the lead in the 60th minute through super sub Jack Grealish. You understand? But Manchester United were able to marshal themselves back and win the game, with goals from Bruno Fernandes and Marcus Rashford. Question marks about the Fernandes goal, Fernandes equalizer. You understand, with Rashford being offside, but I mean the goal stood anyway. And here are the talking points of the game for me. Well, personally for me, it was good to see Erik ten Hag, you understand, rescue the game, because at the start of the game, I was a bit confused. Personally, I felt Manchester United would win the game, but I expected Manchester United to start the game in sort of the same manner in which they were able to defeat Arsenal when Arsenal came to Old Trafford. So what do I mean? I mean a 4-3-3, 3 in midfield, 3 in attack. You understand? But Erik ten Hag went with 4 in midfield and two up front. So I felt, okay, fine, this might be able to, upset Man City's dynamic and how they play a bit, by flooding in midfield. But we could see that at the start of the game, it wasn't working until Erik ten Hag made the changes. And he reverted back to his 4-3-3 formation, brought on Garnacho, moved Rashford into the middle. And because Manchester City were playing a high line naturally, it worked into Manchester United's favour, because they were able to counter-attack. And we saw the 2 goals that came. It came from counters. You understand? So for me, I felt like, Manchester United, Erik ten Hag will be able to beat Guardiola, but he just needs to play the way his team are more suited playing. And they were able to do that, and they got the goals they needed to win the game, and that was good for them. About the goal, well, clearly that goal was offside. Anyone who watches that goal over again will know that Rashford was in an offside position. Even the way he shimmied his body, hovering over the ball, it had to have an impact. You understand, in the way Kyle Walker made his run and prevented him from getting to the ball, and then we're able to see Fernandes come in and score. You understand, the equalizer. But outside of that, Rashford was able to get the winning goal. You understand, that is I think 9 straight game in which he scored. You understand, and this is good. This can only be good for Manchester United. Can only be good for Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag this season has been able to secure a win over every top manager in the league. Jurgen Klopp, Antonio Conte, Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola, Graham Potter. He has beat every one of them, and that is good signs for Manchester United. It shows that, there's this never say die attitude that we know United for, and it's starting to come back. You understand? And right now, as we speak now, United are just 9 points behind Arsenal. So the next game is against Arsenal, and there's talk about Manchester United being in the title race. Let's see how it goes. If they keep playing this way, and if they can get a result against Arsenal, you can never write Manchester United out. You can never write Manchester United out. It's Man United for that matter. So yeah. As for Man City, well, they lose further ground in the title race with Arsenal. You understand, they are now 8 points behind Arsenal. But well, you understand, and Haaland couldn't score. What a surprise! Haaland couldn't score. But well, it's Man City. I mean, after the game, Guardiola came out and said, well, we're not too bothered. You understand. Personally, for me, that was a bit of a salty feedback to give, the press, but they have to be bothered. You can't keep losing games like this and dropping points the way Man City have done this season. This is not a normal season for them, you understand. So they have to find a way to get back to being consistently good and consistently unbeatable. You understand, Manchester City are looking vulnerable a lot this season, and they need to get themselves back in check so that they don't lose out the title to Arsenal. You understand, they have a chance of making history by going 3 EPL titles in a row. So yeah, this is your chance. Don't lose it out. Manchester United fans are hoping you don't win the league this season. So Man City, Guardiola, get back to drawing board and get yourself back in check. In the other game, we saw Liverpool yet again lose by 3-0 to Brighton. Wow, what a performance from Liverpool. What a sad performance from Liverpool. It looks like there is no, you understand, a few games back we were thinking, okay, yeah, Liverpool are back. They've gone back to winning ways. I think they won 2 games. They won their last 2 games, but now here we are again with Liverpool. After signing Cody Gakpo, here we are again with Liverpool. The midfield is still weak. Everything about Liverpool is struggling, man. And it's not good. Jurgen Klopp, man. I don't know. People are saying he should leave, but me personally, I think that he can still weather this storm and get Liverpool back. But not this season. I think this season is a write-off. Personally, for Liverpool, it's a write-off. But Jurgen Klopp, you can never write Jurgen Klopp out. He's a generational manager, you understand? So he should be able to get Liverpool back. They just need to make the signings. We're still in the January transfer market, for that matter. You understand? And everybody knows that Liverpool need midfield. They need a midfield. They need midfielders. They need midfield signings, midfield reinforcements. You understand? The midfield helps boost the attack and it helps protect the defense. You understand? And right now, Liverpool's midfield is at the weakest point it's been ever since Jurgen Klopp got to the club. So they need to make those reinforcements. You understand? You can't be losing 3-0 teams like Brighton, even though Brighton themselves are a good team, and you understand, on a good day they can beat any top team. And yeah, Brighton are in the top 10 for a reason. And you understand, results like this are not, you cannot put it past Brighton. They can deliver results like this. You understand? We saw a beautiful world-class goal from Danny Welbeck, who came on as a substitute and was also given the man of the match, to everyone's surprise. But for me personally, the man of the match had to either go between McAllister or Felipe Casado, because those guys were they were tireless in the midfield. They were tireless. Their quality was there to be seen. You understand? The way De Zerbi has them playing, has that team playing. You understand? And with players like McAllister, Casado, Trossard, who is, you understand, who knows? He might stay, he might go. You understand? Brighton are a good team, and you understand, you cannot switch off on any given day against Brighton. You just simply can't switch off. So yeah, let's see how it goes for them in the next game. All the best to them. In the other game, we saw Newcastle salvage a 1-0 win against Fulham. Good win for Newcastle. You understand? They keep themselves in the top 4. They keep themselves in the title race. You understand? The race for the top 4, and it's good for them. You understand? We see top players like Alexander Isak and Alexander Maximan, who have been injured. They are now coming back into the team. So it's good for Newcastle. This was a game that they could have easily lost. But the sign of a good team is when you don't play well, you still get a result. And they got a result. So Newcastle can't be joked with. Newcastle can't be. You can't underestimate them. You can't write off what they're doing this season. You understand? It's going to continue. It's going to continue, and it's going to be a problem for the other big teams in the league. So guys, watch out for Newcastle. They are coming, and they keep on getting results. They keep on getting results, and their top players are coming back. So yeah, it's going to be an exciting second half of the season for them. In the other game, we saw Chelsea grab a 1-0 win against Crystal Palace. Great win for Chelsea. You understand? In addition to the news of signing Mikhailo Mudryk, hijacking Mikhailo Mudryk from Arsenal at the last second, they were able to grab a win, and you understand, they unveiled the star boy in front of their fans. So good win for Chelsea. You understand? Able to get some points. You understand? To take themselves, you understand, further up the table, and also get themselves back into the fight for Europe. Because right now, as things stand, Chelsea are out of the top 4 race and are basically not even in the conversation for the Europa League places. So this is a good win for them. Let's hope the signings keep coming in. That will help the manager Graham Potter stabilize the team, and get them back to consistently winning and being the Chelsea that we know that they can be. You understand? And yeah, good win for them. You understand? Yeah, good win against a struggling Crystal Palace, albeit a struggling Crystal Palace, but still a good win for Chelsea, and good win for Graham Potter. Buys him more time to relieve of the pressure. You understand? And to get the players on his side, so that at least you understand, they can fix everything back together, and you understand, win the way Chelsea know how to win. So yeah, all the best to Chelsea. In the penultimate game of the weekend, we saw Spurs lose in an emphatic fashion to their closest rivals, Arsenal. Arsenal beat Spurs by 2-0. Wow, a masterclass from Arsenal as they dominated their close rivals to further extend their lead at the top of the league. You understand? Arsenal dominated the first half and were able to contain Spurs resurgence in the second half to seal a comfortable 2-0 win. Well, good win for Arsenal. Aaron Ramsey was given the man of the match, and rightly so. He was, and you understand, it might, you understand. I don't want Spurs fans to say, oh, Ramsey was the man of the match for Arsenal, so at least we did well. No. This wasn't that kind of game. Ramsey was the man of the match because in the second half, after being dominated in the first half by Arsenal, you understand, being dominated as if we were at Arsenal's home, you will not think that we were at Spurs' home. Arsenal dominated that game from start to finish of the first half. In the second half, we know Spurs usually come on strong in the second half, and yes, they had their chances, but Aaron Ramsey was on point to help keep Arsenal in the game and help Arsenal seal the result. So that was why he got the man of the match. But you shouldn't flatter Spurs. The goalkeeper being the man of the match shouldn't flatter you. You didn't play well at all. You didn't play well at all. You played poorly. You understand? And you deserve to lose the game. Good win for Arsenal. Martin Odegaard, wow, he scored. You understand? He was domineering. He was the reason why Arsenal dominated this game. Martin Odegaard is something else. Right now, I think Martin Odegaard is the best midfielder in the EPL, if not the best midfielder in Europe right now, but the best midfielder in the EPL. And he leads by the way he plays. You know, if you watch him, he doesn't talk too much. He's not the most vocal. In terms of leaders in the squad, the most vocal is Granit Xhaka. You understand? Odegaard is the captain, but he doesn't talk much. You understand? He leads by the way he plays. He leads by the way he passes the ball, by the way he runs. You understand? He's very tireless. As creative as he is, he's not lazy. You understand? We had Mesut Ozil, M-O-M-O, from one M-O to another, but this M-O is not lazy. Martin Odegaard is very hardworking. He works hard for the team. You understand? He's always there to lift his teammates up. You understand? He lives by the way he plays. He doesn't need to tell you, oh, you understand? He doesn't need to do that. And so it's good for him. It's good for him. He's doing well at Arsenal. You understand? Mikel Arteta too. You understand? Good for them. You understand? Yeah, I mean, wow, good for Arsenal. They keep on marching. They keep on marching to the title. Let's hope that the title talk is for real, and yeah, Arsenal can actually keep things going. You understand? The next game for them is against Manchester United at the Emirates. Let's hope that Arsenal can, you understand, can show their title credentials and actually beat Manchester United to actually give themselves more confidence. You understand, and more belief that they can actually secure this title this year. Yes, we know the disappointment of not being able to secure Mikhailo Mudryk after being hijacked by Chelsea, but you cannot write off the fact that Arsenal do need signings. If they're going to win the title this season, the biggest downfall to Arsenal this season will be the weakness, the small squad that they have. Arsenal need to beef up their squad, and they need the signings. They need midfielder in case Granit Xhaka, or they need either. You cannot sign every player you need. You cannot sign all the players you need in January. But in the areas in which you need, for example, you need a backup striker. You need to add more depth to the wide areas. You understand, so that in case Martinelli, Odegaard, Martinelli or Saka are injured, you can bring in more quality like Mikhailo Mudryk. But obviously, Mikhailo Mudryk is gone, so someone of that quality too needs to be coming in. We hear Moussa Diaby being mentioned right now. Well, yeah, a player like that. You understand? And they also need backup, either a backup for Xhaka or a backup for Thomas Partey, whichever one is needed, and then a centre back. So whichever one it is, the club knows Mikel Arteta and Edu. You understand? They are the tasked with this responsibility. So it's up to them to choose which positions they want to cover up, and then go out there and get the players they need, so that Arsenal can maintain this run and can maintain this form and not be put to shame. You understand? But in terms of the top four for Arsenal, I think their target has been met for this season already. I don't see Arsenal dropping out of the top four. But in terms of the title talk and title race, Arsenal need to do more to ensure that they keep this momentum going. That's all for England. In Spain, we saw Barcelona beat close rivals Madrid in the Supercopa de España by 3-1, with goals from Robert Lewandowski, Pedri, and man of the match Gavi. Wow. Well, this was a surprise for me. I actually expected Real Madrid to win this game, but Barcelona showed good performance. Gavi was something special, the golden boy of European football. Wow, this guy was something else, and the plaudits he's been receiving ever since the game finished. You understand? It says a lot about the quality that the boy has. You understand? He reminded me of a young Andres Iniesta. You understand? He was too good in this game. Madrid just couldn't touch him. They couldn't handle him. And yeah, we saw, he got an assist, got a goal. The boy was just too much for Madrid, and good for them. One thing I love about these two teams is that they are flooded with a lot of top quality young players. You understand? This game, it was the Barcelona young players that came to the fore. In the last game, we saw Vinicius and the other young players, you understand, coming up to the fore and beating Barcelona. So, you understand, one thing we know, that going forward, whenever these two teams play, the young players we have on show will always be there to give us a good performance. Yes, we know we have the experience of the likes of Lewandowski and Karim Benzema, but for me, it's all about these young players, because these guys, Benzema and Lewandowski, are on their last legs right now. The future is Vinicius versus Pedri versus Gavi versus Camavinga. These are the guys who are going to carry these teams. You understand? These are the guys that we're looking forward to seeing every time these two teams come together. So yeah, man, good for them, good for both teams. You understand? Madrid get themselves back into winning ways when the league resumes, and Barcelona, the same thing, can keep their momentum going. They sit top of the table, albeit on the same points, but let's see. It's going to be an exciting end to the season for them. You understand? Exciting second half of the season. So let's see how it goes. In Serie A, we saw league leaders Napoli demolish rivals by 5-1. They demolished rivals Juventus by 5-1. Victor Osimhen and Victor Kvaratskhelia, they just keep on going. They just keep on going non-stop. You understand? Osimhen was there to score 2 beautiful goals. Kvaratskhelia scored. You understand? He assisted. Wow, great game. You understand, for Juventus. Great game for Napoli. Napoli. This could be their year. I'm starting to believe that this could be their year. You understand? Right now they sit at they are about 13 points from the closest rivals in the league, AC Milan. So yeah, Napoli are looking unstoppable this season. Napoli are looking unstoppable this season. There is no stopping them. You understand? And for me, it says a lot about, as a Nigerian, you understand, seeing Victor Osimhen perform the way he is. You understand? Napoli have not touched the Serie A title since the days of Maradona. You understand? Last season they had a chance, but because Victor Osimhen was injured. You understand? And a lot of key players were injured. Now this season he's playing consistently, and look where they are. You understand? Look at the gap. Let's hope that they don't falter towards the end of the season. They get it on their hands, and this will actually speak loads to, you understand, the legacy of the boy, because they haven't won a league title since the days of Maradona, and now he's at the club and they're about to get one. Wow, he's going to cement himself as a real legend at that club if they can do this. So yeah, all the best to them, and all the best to all the teams in the Serie A. Keep on fighting, keep on pushing. Let us see how this league goes for all of you. In the world of combat sports, Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury has been confirmed again for the 3rd time, with the February 25th date set, and has been declared as a done deal. You understand? The fight had been postponed for the past 2 years, but now we're about to see the fight. You understand? Tommy Fury is not about to get injured again. Let us pray he doesn't get injured again and the fight get cancelled. And yeah, let's hope that this fight comes to fruition and we get to see the fight that everyone has been waiting for. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury. Come on, guys, give us the fight. Give us the show we want. Put on the show. Make this fight happen and put on the show that we want to see. I'm rooting for Tommy Fury because obviously he is the boxer of the two, but you can never write Jake Paul out. That boy is something else. In other news, we see Chris Eubank is about to take on rival Liam Smith this weekend as they return to the ring. As Chris Eubank returns to the ring after an 11-month hiatus, after missing out on a top quality fight against Conor Benn due to drugs violation. You understand? But now he's got another fight and he's about to fight against Liam Smith. A top fight is not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough fight, but I expect Chris Eubank to come out of this fight, you understand, as the winner, and yeah, and be able to, you understand, set up bigger fights for himself in 2023. This is a big year for him, you understand, a big year for him, you understand, finally to put his money where his mouth is and show us that yes, he is a top level fighter, not just being a C level fighter or B level fighter, but he can actually achieve the same level of greatness his dad was able to achieve. You understand? His dad was a 19-time world champion. You understand? 19 fights as a world champion. He won 19 fights as a world champion. Chris Eubank has not done that yet. The guys we're expecting to beat, he has been able to beat. But the guys who are the top level as him, you understand? He's lost to them yet. So this is his chance to beat this Liam Smith guy and then go and challenge the top guys again and then beat them, so that people can give you the respect you deserve. People can put you in the same league as your father. You can achieve the same legacy that your father was able to achieve in the sport. Yes. In other news, we saw KSI knock out American YouTuber Face Temper in the first round with a left hook to retain his Misfits Cruiserweight title. Wow, KSI keeps on going, man, non-stop. This boy just keeps on doing big bits. Well, KSI, keep it going, man, because you know what? Me personally, I'm targeting this Misfits title too one day, man. You know, this YouTube thing, man. You never know how it goes for us, man. We might actually see each other. Who knows? But yeah, don't mind me. That's by the way. But yeah, good one for KSI. Keep on going, KSI. You understand? The boy is just a star. One moment he's making a music song. The next moment he's releasing a brand. The next moment he might be featured in the movie. You understand? Now he's doing well in boxing. So good for him, you understand? The good thing I like about guys like KSI and Jake Paul is that they've given guys like us in the social media space, in the YouTube space, in the content creation space, that also want to express ourselves express themselves in the field of combat sports, but may not get the respect, they may not get the appreciation that they deserve for wanting to express themselves as boxers. They have been able to give those guys, the misfits, you understand, guys like us who don't have the pedigree to fight the major boxers. They're able to give guys like us a chance and a platform to show what we have, to show what we can do. And a lot of these YouTube guys are making money from this boxing thing, man. They're making big money from it, you understand, and they're making a name from it. So good for them, and they are being able, and they're using that platform to get other things for themselves, you understand, get other, so that they can better their life. So it's good for them, you understand. Long may it continue, long may it continue. And to the haters of YouTube boxing, I don't know, go and die. Yeah. In the final news, we see Anthony Joshua. We saw from Eddie Hearn claiming Anthony Joshua's career would be all over if he loses his next fight in April. Wow, this is well, big words from Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, if you don't know who Eddie Hearn is Anthony Joshua's promoter and manager. So for him to come out and say Anthony Joshua's career could be over, it might actually be over, because we've seen Anthony Joshua lose 3 fights already. Lost first to Andy Ruiz, and then in his last 2 fights he lost to Alexander Usyk. Well, if he loses the next fight, that could be 1 loss too many, especially considering the type of legacy he's trying to. Because let's not pretend Anthony Joshua thought he was going to go undefeated. You understand? He tried to do the Floyd Mayweather thing. He thought he was going to go undefeated, but unfortunately for him, he lost to Andy Ruiz. Fine, that one went. He won back the belt. Then he lost to Usyk. Okay, fine, bad loss again. But then losing again, you understand? And then losing again, it might just be too much. It might soil the legacy. It might soil the name, and it might not be good for Anthony Joshua. So it's in his best interest to win the next fight. If he wins the next fight, good for him. If I'm the one, I might even retire, call it quit, because you've done enough. You've made the money. You have a good resume. You have a good record. But even if he doesn't lose the next fight, any more losses might just signal an end to his career. So for me, the next few fights Anthony Joshua is going to go into, they must be carefully picked, and it must be strategically picked, and you understand, positioned in such a way that he can win those fights. I understand, and you understand, build up his legacy, maybe get his hands back on the belt, which also means that he also needs to get a better trainer in to come in there and get AJ back to being the AJ we know him to be. Not this AJ that wants to box like Floyd Mayweather, but the beast that AJ is, the guy who goes in there and bashes guys out there, you understand? He also needs to get back to, you understand, being that aggressive AJ, you understand? So yeah, all the best to AJ. Let's hope he doesn't lose his next fight, because we love AJ, you understand? We wish AJ well. So yeah, all the best to AJ. And yeah, so that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We love you. We ask you guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We appreciate you guys for always watching us, you understand? We thank you. It helps the channel grow, you understand? Thank you very much, and see you guys next week.
Packaged by iKing Media.